Hi, meteorologist Ricky Matthews here at WCYB in Bristol. I had a question about the auto warnings that we do, and so we're going to record a little video here and talk about it. First off, what I've got here, we've got our scene or our data set in a hit. Not really necessary, but for this purpose, we'll show you it. So basically, you can create a new data set, and in your data set, there's a couple things you're going to want to make sure you have. So let's open up the data set. And what I have in here is I have our tornado warnings, and this is my fill layer. You don't have to do it this way. I just like to have multiple layers so it looks a little different. So I got my fill layer, which is where my effects play out. I've got my radar layer on top of my warnings. And then I've got the two other layers, like I said, just kind of make it look prettier for polygons and stuff like that. So make sure you've got all four of those, or at least these two, the warning layer and the radar layer, in your scene. Then you can go into the wind chill layer, and watch warning auto query is what we're going to want. And you can add that by going up to add, and then it's going to be under watch warning and then watch warning auto query. So once you've added that, you're going to, and let's just go ahead and do it from the start, that way it'll step you through all of it. So watch warning auto query, it's going to pop up, and by default, here's what you get. So you can edit these and create your own, which is what I did here. We've got one for different colors, we've got one for smaller boxes and things like that. So we'll go through and we'll edit these. So for example, let's say we want tornado warnings to be red. So they're already red by default, that's great. But you can go in here and you can change the text font to the Sinclair default if you want to do that. So I've got it saved there, then bold. All right, and we're good to go. And so that one's going to be that, and that'll be our tornado one. And then if we want to do the same thing for severe thunderstorm, we click on severe thunderstorm, click here, and here's where your options pop up. If you wanted to have a yellow box for severe thunderstorms, you can go into the colors there and change it over to yellow. Or you can leave it as is. You can put it to white. I've seen different stations do that, kind of match the look of the banners, and make the bevel a white outline instead. Make the kind of drop box here a white outline, and then it kind of matches the Sinclair look, actually, if you reverse the colors. So make that white, and then make this kind of a reddish color, and then it matches the Sinclair look at the banners. So a lot of options you got there. Play around with it, see what you like, and make it look that way. So once you've got the auto warnings put in here, then it will show you the warnings automatically when you get close enough. So I'm going to flip it back over to our color-coded ones, and I don't even know if there's a warning in effect anywhere right now. Probably not. Unfortunately, no. But when a warning is issued and you zoom into it, you will get those boxes popping up at the top. And you can go into, once again, the auto warning and decide where you want your boxes to go. So when you click here, these boxes 1 and 2, that's going to be where your warning information pops up. You can have them across, or you can do it in a drop down or a drop across to where you'll have multiple boxes come down this way, or multiple boxes go across. There's your down, and there's your across there. So a lot of options here. This red box is going to be where the warnings are queried from. So I typically like to make this about this size or so. That way it'll get the warnings that pop up on the map and auto query it. So we've got our auto query warning stuff set now. All right. So we're going to save this data set. I like to save it as event auto warnings, and we will call it a day. And I'm going to not save it so we don't save over our own stuff. Now the key to getting the warnings to go automatically to social is to go up to your tools and event configuration. And in here you see we've got numerous event configurations for like tornado warnings, rainfall alerts over an inch, stuff like that. And all of these do different things. You're going to create a new event, and we'll call it tornado to Twitter, for example. Make sure you set the priority to pretty high, and then we're going to go in here and we're going to select our warnings that we want. So we got to go find tornado warning. Okay. You can delete the other one if you don't like it, and then make sure just warning is selected, and we'll save it as tornado. Okay, so now we've got our criteria set, what's going to trigger it. Now we need to set our local zone, and you can do that by going into here. And if you have predetermined zones already built, that's great. We have a lot of them already kind of built out for different views and stuff like that, and different locations. So go into here, click on county, and then you'll click on your counties that you want. So for us, Washington County, Scott County, Russell County, Marion, blah, 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 on, to where we get our zone, and then go ahead and save that as a zone. I saved it as event triggers, that way we can use it again in the future. So when you got that all set, and here's where you load up the ones from before, so I'll find my event triggers, there it is. Once you're in here, you can set it up to auto-publish. So content for on air is going to be the ones that pop in down here in the events tab and allow you to click on them. Content for publishing is what's going to go out to social. So go into your scenes, click little green plus there, and go into your scenes, and then find the event triggers one that you just created. So I'll search event in our case, and it's event auto warnings. So there it is. Double click on that, add it in. So now when you render out, or when this event is triggered, it will render out a radar image, which will either pause for 4 seconds or loop for 4 seconds, depending on which one you want. And it'll also move the camera automatically to that warning. And that's the crucial thing. Make sure you click this on to move the camera automatically to where that warning is. Then you're going to go to Publish Template. When this loads up, you'll see our social stuff come up. And we're going to put some automated stuff in here. So if you click here, you can get it to where it says advisory name. Add that. That'll be where it says tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning, whatever it is. I like to type out kind of my own message. So tornado warning for counties impacted until, and then click your time, whatever format you want it in. And then you're done. You can add your own message if you want to. Take cover now, and then click the places that you're going to want it to go to. So we'll pick my page, for example, and then our Twitter account, for example, we'll pick my account. And then you have the option to render as a video, thumbnail, or text only. Video is what's going to give you the best results, but it can be a little taxing on your Prism box, so do be careful with how you're rendering it out, because sometimes it can cause issues if you create a multiple thing. Now, you can create a video basically where you'll have this, and then let's say we want to add another scene. So we can do, let's say, tornado safety, for example. So now, when you load that scene in, what it will do is it'll render out this first for 4 seconds. Then it will render out this entire scene as well as one together video. So it looks pretty cool, and saves you some time from having to render out videos when severe weather pops up. So that's a little bit about the automated warnings things. One last thing you want to do is if you want it to go out automatically, make sure you click automatically publish. And down here, make sure you click expired publish content. What that will do is it'll remove it from people's Facebook timelines when the warning expires, which is nice, so you don't have old tornado warnings and stuff showing up in Facebook's news feed anymore. So hope that helps. If I wasn't clear on anything, feel free to reach out and I'll try to clarify it a little bit. And hopefully this is something that you can use at your station to kind of automate things over time. Now, I'll tell you one more thing too about the simulate event here. Don't ever click that if you've got auto publish on, because it will send everything to Facebook and Twitter, and it will post a basically blank tornado warning to all your accounts. So make sure if you ever want to trigger this and test it, make sure auto publish is off. Otherwise, you're going to have some people asking why a tornado warning was issued on a blue sky day. So hope you have a great afternoon here. If you got any more questions, feel free to reach out.